Hello! As you can see, this is a little bit different this week. I am actually holding my iPhone, recording myself, because I am going to show you guys around my writing space. I've mentioned before, and it's not surprising because real estate is a very, very hot commodity in New York City, but I do write in a studio apartment where I live, and that means I write in the kitchen. So you are standing in my kitchen right now. You can see my apron on the back of the door here. And I actually write at my kitchen table, so I'm going to do this best I can. This used to be where I ate dinner, and now more often than not, it's where I spend my days editing. So I have my computer set up here. It's a beautiful brand new MacBook Air, which I unfortunately had to replace my old computer. I was not happy about that. You get very, very attached when you're a writer. So I do have a lamp and some roses as well to make it feel a little bit more desk-like and a little less like a kitchen table. Over here I have, this is my calendar where I keep a record of what I've done every day for every book. And that just kind of keeps me on track and helps me figure out where I am in terms of progress. It's also a nice motivating tool when you feel like you haven't really done that much. You can flip back through the old pages and, you know, sometimes I'll put word counts in, things like that when I'm trying to hit a goal. But more often than not, it just shows me that, yes, I've been working and I've been working at the pace that I promised myself that I would. So I always keep a candle at my desk also. So I have one of those as well as this guy, which is my draft of my manuscript. So that's the one that just went off to beta readers. It's very exciting. I'm not tackling it anymore, at least temporarily. So it's in other people's hands waiting to see what they think. So really what I want to show you guys though is the stuff on the walls, because this is the most important to me. So I like to have things around me, visual things, that I can refer back to and that kind of keep me motivated. So I'm not a huge quote person, so I don't have any of those yet, but I do have a couple things. This is an old magazine print, page from a magazine from the 19th century. It's, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a whole series of etchings that are about Clinton Street in Brooklyn. And I love Clinton Street. I always have. I used to be there a lot, and so it's kind of one of those things where it's a bit of old New York history, and it makes me very happy. I wrote my first book was a historical, so I've always been interested in history. I also have photos from Coney Island, the Coney Island fireworks. A photo of actually of my sister that I took from the Coney Island fireworks. One of my in-laws actually painted some lilies for me, which I love because I like having a piece of my family here all the time. But this is actually the most important thing to me up on this wall. It is a print of, it's a fashion plate of women in writing habits from the 19th century. And the reason this is so important is I used fashion plates a lot when I wrote my first book. It was a Victorian set novel. Actually, the prints from this pretty much match perfectly the time period that I was writing about, a little bit later in the Victorian era. And it was fantastic to have those things as references, and I have a bunch of books and things like that, but I like this, and I like this being on the wall specifically because it reminds me of what started everything and why I decided to start writing. That was the first book that I really sat down and seriously decided to tackle, and it's the book that got me an agent, and it's the book that I hope to one day end up selling. So it's a nice bit of motivation to remind me where I've been, where I've come, and where I hope to go. So that's a little bit of information about where I do all my writing. Like I said, I've got to stop calling it my kitchen table. It's really my desk now. So if you're interested in seeing writer spaces, and they're really eye-opening, I recommend you go to the Wonkomance blog. I'll post it underneath this this video as well. There are dozens of writers who submitted their photographs, and myself included, to showcase where it is that they write, and some really interesting things. Everything from front car seats to beautiful writing huts in the middle of, you know, backyards with woods all around them. So definitely check that out. It's really interesting, and you'll probably, if you're a romance fan, you'll see one or two of your favorite writers there, hopefully. So definitely check that out, and let me know where you guys write. I'm really curious to see kind of the process that people go through and how they carve out the time. So until next week, I'll see you later.